Welcome everybody to Panfish Nation. Along with Mark, I'm Lyle. Mark, we got a great guest tonight. Jason's here with Strike Three Fishing, and we're going to talk about crappie fishing on Twain Lake. And I can't wait. We had a session of that last week with Dennis, and this was should complete a deal to where people have any doubt about Twain Lake. They're going to want to go up there and fish. So I'm excited to get this done, and I think that everybody is, and we'll make this happen and have a great time.
I agree. I'm happy to be here and welcome, Jason. How you doing, bud?
Good, good. Thanks for having me, guys.
Very welcome. You think I should give everybody a shout out, Lyle, like we always do?
I think that's a great idea.
Let's say hello to the good people in chat. I see my sister Betty, a couple crosses fishing in the house. What's up, Betty? How you doing, dear? There's the great Avid Fisherman. What's up, Avid? Hello, Miss Kaz. That's Catfishing with Kaz. What's going on? There's the great Miss Cindy Stokes. How you doing, Cindy? I see Crappie Day Fish on in the house. What's going on, my friend? There's Dan Thompson. Awesome duties here every week, Dan. Always good to see you. There's Dennis Graham, crappie fishing. I believe that's a new one, Lyle. Welcome, Dennis. How you doing? If you're not subscribed, please do. Lyle and I would appreciate it. There's Eric Massey, Jig Company. Eric's just getting over being a little bit of sick. He's a jig tire. He does some great stuff on YouTube, and I watch him a lot on TikTok too. I see a lot of his jig tying there. If you're interested in some jigs, you can always contact him. We have Fishing with Squirrel in the house. There's our friend Fishing with JBT, who's in the great state of Texas. Freddie Outdoor Adventures. What's going on, Freddie? Good job on the bait shop. There's James Kirkpatrick. There might be an announcement I hear, Lyle, about their Saturday night show coming up in a week or so. But
you're right.
We'll let them make that announcement. What's going on, James? How you doing, bud? Joe Buck 66. What's going on, Joe? Kenny Wilkinson in the house. What's up, Kenny? How you doing? I believe that's a new name. If not, please forgive me. Kevin Baker, Nuts and Bolts Fishing. What's going on, Kevin? Hey, there's Lynn. What's going on, Lynn? Lynn's showing up a little more in the shows. Good to see him back in here again. How you doing, Mike Irvin? What's going on, Mike? Hey, there's Northeast Missouri Angler. Had a great time talking to you last week on the show, my friend. Welcome back. Nina's Kayak Crew, Lyle. You know it's Nina's birthday today?
I did know that.
I have no idea how Freddie was able to trap him a wife so young. Yeah, none whatsoever. Have you seen Freddie? Holy smokes.
Santa Claus.
He looks like he owes Jesus money. Love you, Freddie. Parker Pursuit's in the house. What's going on, Parker? There's Pontoon Jody, who's going to go live fishing. I believe at the dock. She's out with Aaron and Tom, so she'll be fishing after the show live. Make sure you check it out. I might even stop in there, Lyle. I see Robert Andrews in the house. What's up, Robert? Thank you for continuing to show up on Thursday nights. We appreciate you. There's Sandy over at Silver Fox Fishing. Sandy, what's going on, Miss Sandy? There's the great Tim Molina. If you guys aren't a subscriber to his channel, make sure you check out Tim's channel. Travis Young in the house. What's up, Travis? How you doing, sir? There's Frank, Twisted Fishing TV. Frank's a great guy. He's a fishing fanatic like we are, definitely. He's next level fishing fanatic. You got the people who really love fishing, and then you got fanatics. I think Frank qualifies as a fanatic. What do you think, Lyle?
I think so.
I think he does. My kind of people. There's Van's in the house. Amy Payne just popped in. I see Buckshot. I think that's a new one. Welcome, Buckshot. There's Buck Tillman in the house. CVA just popped in. There's the great Miss Chrissy Brown. You know, she's a saint for putting up with Ernie, right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Dan Thompson, I said, oh, the Fishing with Squirrel. It's all mine. Hello, Michelle. How you doing, dear? I think that's everybody, Lyle. Kim Burnett's in the house. What's going on, Kim? How you doing, bud?
Glad to see Kim in here. He was on the lake today. I had plans of going over and visiting with him. But with the storm moving in, I messaged him, and he said that he was headed back to Kansas City, Kansas, or that area. He lives over there somewhere. And I understand that because, let's face it, who would want to get weathered in on Truman Lake besides me?
There's Chad, Fields to Water. What's going on, brother? Great show tonight. Fields to Water's his new channel. If you're not subbed to him, please go over there and watch his video. Give him a hook set like all the crazy kids are saying these days. There's Parker Pursuits. I see Mark Anthony in the house. They're stacking in here, Lyle. So there's D. How you doing, D? What's going on, dear? That's Michelle. I said hello to Michelle. It's all mine. She does great cooking videos.
You get the Animal's creation.
There he is. There's Danimal. Just scrolling down to see him there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say hello one more time. I'm gonna say hello one more time to Tim Molina, though.
Absolutely.
I think I got most everybody. If I missed you, please forgive me, guys. We adore each and every one of you. Thanks for tuning in and watching.
But yeah, I would agree, Kenny. It is a great place to get weathered in, especially if you like to catch crappie this time of year, because they're catching them on Truman. They really are. But, well, Jason, we are so glad to see you jump in here with us tonight. I normally have had a hard time getting people from Missouri for whatever reason. On Panfish Nation, not so much on Catfish Weekly, but Panfish Nation, it's kind of eluded me. So I was really glad to see you and Dennis want to come in here and talk about Twain Lake, because it's kind of a hidden gem with all the rest of the lakes that's in the state.
Oh, absolutely. You know, I mean, to me, it's one of the best crappie lakes around, my area. Obviously, I live right here on the lake, so it's got some nice crappie in it for sure.
Yep, it sure does. You was telling us before the show started that there was a one in the tournament caught last year over 3 pounds. That's a giant.
Yeah, it's a 361. It's in that Thumper Jigs tournament that Van puts on from Thumper Jigs, and I mean, I was at the weigh-in. I videoed it. It's on my channel. It's like a 361. It was just a hog. I mean, it was unbelievable.
If any of the mods wouldn't mind, somebody post up Strike 3 Fishing's link to his channel so people can go over there. I think I put it down below in the.
It is in the description, Lyle, and I will share it out in the chat.
That's awesome. That way we can get him some new subscribers, hopefully. And you guys are going to like his videos. They're like Dennis's. They're done really well, and that's how I found both of these guys, was through watching their videos. So. That's how we do it. I mean, if I find somebody I like and I think you guys are going to like him, we're going to do that. Andy A., welcome.
I want to remind everybody in chat too that we are going to do, not remind, but let everybody know we're going to do a giveaway tonight at some time. So share the link out, get some people in here. The more people we have in here, the better the giveaway is going to get, pretty much. So we're going to keep that. We're going to keep that under our head.
Maybe.
I'm sorry.
We might have more than one giveaway.
I think we probably will.
Yeah. Giveaways are good.
They are good. Yeah, they are good, especially if you're on the receiving end of one.
That's right.
I never win.
Heck, I won a ham last week, from Lions Club drawing.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's as good as it gets. The only thing that would beat a ham is maybe 5 pounds of bacon might beat that, but I'll take a ham.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Nice big old Kretschmeyer ham, fully cooked.
Oh, my favorite kind.
Couldn't beat it.
Yeah.
You're going to fit right in with this crowd because we always end up talking about food, man.
Oh, yeah.
Ripping Lips 23, Timmy G. There's a new one for us. I don't remember seeing that one before.
So
tell us a little bit about your crappie fishing style.
Well, I pretty much, I run live scope, and I like to, single pole them a lot on the pole timber here at Mark Twain. And, right now in the wintertime, I like to find them brush piles, lay downs. And then obviously when the springtime gets here, that's how I pretty much got broken into crappie fishing on this lake, was from about an 80-year-old man named Pete. And he took me out, with a cork about 18 inches and just throw it up on the bank and watch that cork go under. And I got hooked, about 10 years ago on this crappie fishing. But I really like the corking, but that single poling, with the jig or a minnow and dropping it down on them. It's hard to beat.
That's pretty much my method. That's how I like going after them. I don't care how old you are. There's something about seeing a cork go under that kind of makes you feel like a kid again, don't it?
Oh yeah, it's awesome. I mean, I've got a lot of corking videos out there, but I just love. I mean, that's about my favorite time of year to crappie fish is just when you can put that cork on, put that jig, that jig head on there and that plastic and just jigger bob it back, we call it, and just watch that cork go under. And it's, like you said, it's like you're 6-7 years old again.
So basically you're concentrating on brush piles and stuff.
Yeah. Right now we're on brush piles and lay downs. Recently they've been more on that horizontal structure, big old lay downs with the root wad on the end of it or something, or brush piles. But I mean, I've caught a few fish on the standing pole timber here at Mark Twain this winter, but more has been on the brush piles right now.
Yeah, that's something I've been meaning to try. We got a couple lakes just a little bit further away from me that has some standing, still standing trees and stuff in it, and I just haven't been able to get on them. After talking to Kim Burnett a little bit, he explained to me that the crappie will sit there with their nose right up against that standard timber. That's something I want to check out and see how that.
Oh yeah,
that is. So
yeah, I think a lot of times I think they're sleeping. A lot of times when they're up against that timber, you got to drop that jig right down on their head and wake them up, and then they move, and then you lift the jig up, and then and then they'll come up and eat it. But it's hard to beat that as well. So.
We got Betty says giveaways. What am I winning? She wins like all of them. Her and D are the ones that always get lucky. We'll see.
Most of them, or a lot of them.
Yeah, it's definitely what's usually true today. So, remember, people, if you have any questions, just put some sort of indicator at the front of your question. That'll help us find it in chat. It's they go by pretty quick. They're in their chat and saying hello and stuff. So this makes it a little easier to find us. So, so how many days a week are you getting out this time of year?
This time of year, usually I'm getting out maybe twice a week. It just depends on, it gets dark so early now. I get home around 2:30. So by the time I get the boat in the water, it's 3 or after, and then it gets dark by 5 o'clock. So it's usually on Saturday or Sunday or both days. I usually try to get out. So
That's one of my big problems with like this time of year is just not enough daylight to get out there. Also, we had talked a little bit before the show and I'm always amazed at how different, even in the dead of winter, crappie fishing is in different parts of the country. Like here in the winter, they're in the basins and they're roaming basins. They don't really stick to structure too much. And I couldn't tell you why. So if you don't have a bunch of holes drilled and you're not chasing them around in circles, you're not getting on the crappie. So I wish they would stay on structure, because I have a habit of like everybody else of making waypoints, and then I transfer them over to my phone. So when I'm on the ice, I know where the brush piles are, but that just doesn't happen to work out for me. So I'm a jealous man. I see Super Dave 336 in the house. What's going on, Super Dave? Super Dave is a moderator over on SK's Crappie Catching Adventures. You ever watch his channel?
I just was watching one of his videos today.
Me too. I was watching this latest one. It's a good one. He gets on the big ones down in Texas.
Yeah.
He does. Kevin Meadow Cats has joined us.
What's going on, Kevin? How you doing? I have crappie envy this time of year, definitely. I watch like your videos and Flop Crappie's videos and SK's videos and 3-pound crappie videos, and I go back and watch some of the Kevin Rogers stuff. That guy's a machine, and I get all excited and depressed at the same time. I am not gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie.
You're just gonna have to go a little further south, I guess.
We might be doing that. I've been talking to some people, let's say, for the people in chat. So we'll see what happens. So what are you fishing out of? What's your boat?
Well, I got a 2017 Skeeter ZX 200.
Oh, fancy.
Fiberglass, I bass fish tournaments a lot.
That's right. You do. Do you do any crappie tournament? Well, that's a heck of a boat. I've had
I haven't yet, but I've thought about maybe trying to get in a couple this year, just to have some fun, something different. But yeah, that boat does a trick for me. It's not a, it's 20 foot. I think it's 19.8 or something. So it's just a perfect size to get in and out of these. I'm in and out of the pole timber here at Mark Twain, and it goes fast enough, and it's set up pretty good. So.
I had the privilege to fish out of a nice skeeter boat at one time when my parents had a place in Indiana. I'll tell you, they're nice boats. They're built pretty solid. And that fiberglass, is fiberglass. It rides, to me, it rides a lot smoother than aluminum. I'm a little rough on a boat to have fiberglass. I've made that mistake once in my life.
Right. Yeah. If I didn't fish bass tournaments, I'd probably have an aluminum rig, to bump off trees and everything.
Exactly. Yeah, I got a bad habit of doing that even when I don't mean to.
Yeah. And I've got a couple dings on this boat, so I've had it 3 years now or 4 years, whatever it is. So. But that's why I got it. I got it to use. So.
All right, Kenny Wilkinson says, what types of jigs do you use targeting Mark Twain Lake crappies?
Well, I like the thumper pill heads. What I've been using with the Bobby Garland plastic on either monkey milk or bluegrass has been really working lately here at Mark Twain. And obviously, sometimes I'll throw them thumper hair jigs on that Van's got out, the Dominator series hair jigs. When it gets really really tough. So, but it hasn't been too tough yet this year.
I just made the switch over to pillhead jigs, and we'll see how they work. Do you think there's a difference between different sizes or different shapes of jig heads? I know obviously the baits there is, but everybody's got a lot of different ones. I've seen a lot of new ones coming out on the market.
Yeah, I like them. I like them pill heads. I think they get down there a little better, in the water column. And but I think if a fish is hungry, a crappie's hungry, whatever you put in front of his face, he's going to pretty much eat it.
Yeah.
Why do you think the pill heads get down there faster?
Well, just the way they're shaped, and then they got that little indentation where the eyes fit in there, so the eye's not going to come off, and I think it just slides down the water column a little quicker.
I agree. I've purchased some of those axe head jig heads and stuff like that, and I've even put some in my ice fishing. You want to get your bait down as fast as possible and stop it where it needs to be. And I definitely think, especially in that colder water, that it does make a difference when you're fishing 20 feet, 30 feet of water. So,
right.
Kimbernet's asking what size jigs you're using or jig heads you're using.
I'm using 1/8 ounce a lot right now. I haven't really downsized. I like to get it down there in that brush box. I'm fishing anywhere from 8 to 18, 20 foot. And I like to just get that, I like to drop that 1/8 ounce down in there, get it around that brush pile, and then just let, when we're having a dead stick it a lot now, and it gets down there, let it sit. And, if I throw like a 16th ounce or something, it seems like I'm waiting forever, and I just want to get it down there on them quicker. And, put it in their face and let's get them in the boat,
When you're casting them big jig heads, is that still under a cork, or are you actually retrieving?
No, I'm throwing. Actually, I throw a 16th ounce on a cork.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask you. I'm like, if you're throwing an 1/8 ounce jig, you got to have some pretty good, control and know what you're doing. I can't get them to stay at a certain depth, which is why I kind of stick with the lighter ones. But
right.
I've been trying.
I like these 16th ounce thumpers. Got these shad heads out. I've been using, and they've got a shad looking head on them, and put a 16th ounce, put the cork up there, and I use this little like an inch pear-shaped small corks that you can get at that place down in Crothersville. Big
Grizzly Jig?
Yeah, Grizzly Jig Company down there. But I like them little bitty corks. And
I have a weighted cork from Phil that they make, but man, are they hard to find. Right. They're the little mini short ones, and I just have a hard time finding those things. So when I do, I'll hit up Farm and Fleet and I'll buy them out. Holy smokes. Right. The lady thinks I'm insane at the register, Lyle. Thinks I'm crazy. I'm going up there with like 40 bobbers. She's like, what? Like,
yeah.
Freddie's asking what type of corks are you using? What type of bobbers? Clip, a slider?
Yeah, it's that pear. And I wish I would have brought one here tonight, but it's a little pear-shaped cork that's got 2 clips on each end. but I usually just clip the line I'm on the top part, and let the cork dangle down, and then it gives you can pop it back to you pretty good. But they're about I think they're an inch on the inch pear shaped corks down there at Grizzly Jig Company. I think there's 25 in a bag or something like that. I usually buy 2 or 3 bags at a time.
I'm definitely gonna have to swing by there online. They're online, right?
Yeah, they're online. They're, like I said, I think they're an inch. They're 3/4 or an inch, but they're perfect corks. I don't use any other corks whenever I'm corking.
I mean, people don't really talk about this. Tell me if you agree or not, but wind plays a big part in crappie fishing. It definitely does. The windier can make it better, but it makes it harder to fish as far as I'm concerned, especially like when you're cork fishing. And right. I think those shorter, lower to the water ones definitely are a plus in those situations.
Yeah, because I think that's all you need when you're corking these crappie. I mean, in my opinion, but people are going to use what they use, but those smaller corks, they're just hard to beat.
I'm not gonna lie, I have a bobber fetish. I've been seeing these like Japanese ones that are like 10 inches tall that light up, and when they go down, they go from green to red. I'm gonna have to try a couple of those. I need to give those a shot. So
it's not just bobbers. You have a fetish with other stuff, and if you're ordering things, Dockery and I are always glad to help you complete your order.
We'll get to chatting, and I'm telling him, okay, I need to order. I just recently ordered some little crankbaits for crappie fishing, right? They talked me into ordering like one of every color and then like 6 other types. They had my cart full of like $200 worth of stuff. That's what friends are for, though. It's always fun.
That's right.
So hopefully Thumper Jigs will get lucky, and these guys will be there when I go to place my order.
Oh yeah.
My wife isn't talking to them, by the way.
Another good thing about these Thumper 1/8 ounce pill heads, they got that little bigger hook on them. They got a 1/0 hook on them.
I'm a big fan of one. I've been ordering them with 2/0 hooks, which I think make a difference. Yep, there you go. Yeah, those are nice.
There's no doubt that I like that bigger hook.
And that's like, what kind of plastic is that? Is that
that's a Bobby Garland.
Bobby Garland standard monkey milk, yeah.
That's actually bluegrass.
Yeah, that's a nice big hook.
Yeah, and then they got this monkey milk right here, but that bluegrass. I had to play with them the other day when I went fishing on Christmas Day. They were wanting that bluegrass versus that monkey milk. Now the week before they wanted the monkey milk, or a minnow, and Christmas Day they didn't want a minnow and they wanted the bluegrass. So. How I figured that out, I was throwing a double jig rig, and I had a monkey milk on top and the bluegrass on the bottom, and threw that double jig rig down there, and I caught a couple on the bluegrass. So I was like, okay. So then I went to single pull this brush pile, and I just put the bluegrass on the rest of the day and ended up taking a few home.
I'm always the bluegrass isn't a color that I have in my arsenal, so I'm definitely going to give that one a shot. I'm always I up until like the last year, I've been really more like a color doesn't matter as much as silhouette, but I think color does. I've changed colors and it's made a difference.
Yeah.
That's just my experience. So even the slightest change, and I've had, a lot of people, say the louder colors are better in murky water.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I've thrown a sparkly or glitter covered gold jig with a chartreuse tail in a gin clear water, and that turned them on. I have no clue what's going on. You just got to try everything, which is why I got so many darn plastics and jig heads. Well, Lyle and Dockery talking me into it.
They talked you into getting everything.
Hey, we need to let everybody know to welcome SK into the chat, and Turner Fishing has joined us again. Glad to see Stephen in here also.
Yeah. Speaking of colors, Mark Twain gets muddy. Obviously, like every lake, it gets pretty dingy in the spring. Whenever we get rains, and usually when I'm corking, I'm throwing the minnow minder Bobby Garland makes this plastic called the minnow minder, and it's in love bug color, which is like a blue and a little bit of chartreuse.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll throw that in that dirty water, a lot. And I mean, pretty much the whole spring, I'll throw that one color, and I'll do pretty good when they're on the bank.
What's the name of that bait?
Minnow minder.
Okay, I'm writing this down.
It's the love bug color.
Love bug. All right.
Love bug.
You guys need to check it out too.
That order too.
But that's my favorite go-to color in the spring whenever I cork. I don't care if the water's, muddy, halfway clear. I'm throwing that probably almost 100% of the time.
I've noticed a difference. You got your standard monkey milk, which is my go-to search plastic for the most part, right? But they got that clear hologram one. I forget what the name of that one is, where it's like an ultra clear plastic with really bright, sparkly silver flake in it.
Is that the glow?
I'm sorry. Yeah, it's one of the glow ones, I believe. But It's funny how that little bit of difference, that little bit of clarity and that little added flash in there makes a big difference.
Right. Yeah.
So,
and I had a buddy the other day was out with me, and he was throwing the monkey milk glow, and he was catching them, and I was throwing the regular monkey milk, and he was catching them, 3-1 to me, So
you gotta love when your buddy's out fishing you, don't you?
Oh yeah, he gets in my boat, and I take him out, and he outfishes me for a little bit,
I hope he pays the launch fee at least, or buys you lunch.
Oh yeah, he always gives me lunch.
We don't have launch fees like you got, man.
Quit rubbing it in, Lyle.
We got $40 a year is what I buy. I buy that yearly pass here at Mark Twain.
If I want a yearly pass here on the Fox, it's $750 at the one place I launch at.
He pays almost $40 a day.
It's $22 with the fees and stuff. So,
wow. Well, they just went to automatic. Put your card in there. Automatic pay stations here at Mark Twain. It's kind of cool. Yeah.
That's what Fleet and Farms needs to do when he makes an order for crappie jigs.
Stop it.
Put the card in.
Look at this. Freddie's even agreeing. Mark just spent another. Speaking of spending money, I actually just got my Christmas present in the mail today. I got me a new dock shooting combo that I've never shot dock, so I'm going to try and get on that. Do you do any of that stuff, Jason?
I have not done it. I plan on hopefully going down Lake of the Ozarks sometime this winter. I don't know if the dock shooting's hot and heavy now down there, but I want to do I've watched a lot of videos of people doing it, but
do like I do. I've been out in the front deck of my boat with a ultralight and jigs and shooting them at a 5-gallon bucket.
Yep. So I guess you're using about a 6'6", 7 foot rod?
I was using a 7 foot the other day.
Yeah.
Don't ask me. I'm a newbie. I just ordered one of them B&M sharpshooters. Yeah, dog shooter. Yeah, I just ordered one.
6'6", aren't they?
This one's 6 foot, I believe. I could be wrong.
To be quite honest, Jason, I have a rod. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say I need to probably get one of them and go down here to the marina, and they got a bunch of boat docks and stuff. I can just practice there.
I had a rod that I built for myself last year, and I shut it in the tailgate of the truck. And it's about 4 inches shorter than it used to be. And it's a graphite rod, and it's a little bit stiffer. But, man, you can sling them babies with that boat, dude.
Really?
Really? Yeah, oh, yeah. It was a 7'6", and, of course, anytime you take off the tip of them, they get really fast. And it might have been 5 inches or maybe even a little more than that. But, I mean, I can send one of them out across my front yard now.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I need to practice up on that and see if I can't go down there and do some damage down there on a good day. Let
me know when you're coming down. Maybe we can get together. I fish up there all the time. It's an hour for me, 45 minutes, depending on which part you go. I fish Truman, Lake Ozark, Palm de Terre a lot.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I basically ordered some blanks the other day specifically for building dock shooting blanks, and they was out of, and I just got notification today that they're in. So I should be getting some of those in. I'm excited about that.
Oh yeah, that'd be all right. I know jerk bait bite for them crappie ought to get pretty good down there, like the Ozarks here. That water temperature, I heard still, 40, I don't know what it is, 48, 49 maybe. I think
Yeah,
it
it's
gets
still way
cold.
up there.
Yeah, so I'd like to go down there and do some of them jerk bait crappie down there too.
I was watching an episode on what's the Linder's channel, Lyle? I forget what the name of the Linder family's channel is. Buzz something or other, fishing Buzz, angling Buzz.
Angling Buzz, yeah.
And they were using 3-way swivels with those little 2-inch jerk baits on them and a bell weight or a drop shot weight at the bottom, and they were fishing like that. So that's another thing I want to try. It looked pretty cool on the flats. They were just kind of slow dragging it. Or what are you laughing at?
SK's comment.
Oh yeah, when I don't miss a side of a fillet, I know I'm gonna get heck for that. That comes up. And Turner Fishing, yeah, I got my order. Did you get your order from Turner Fishing, Lyle?
No, but I got a notification for the mail. It's going to be in the next day or two, so I'm looking forward to that. I got some crankbaits. Dennis, for my birthday, our buddy James come down and Mo Creek and a bunch of guys went together and bought me a reel that I really wanted. This is an old reel, and I hate to brag on it, but I got to.
No, you don't hate to brag on it.
No, I don't. I love it. This is an old Abu Garcia that never been on a rod, and I wanted it. And somebody bought it in an auction. Chad put it in an auction, and them guys went together and bought this for me and give it to me for my birthday.
We did.
And I'm so proud of it. It sits right here where I can touch it, see it, smell it, feel it every day.
And rub it in.
Yeah, they showed up at we was doing a show live, and they walked in my studio here, and I like to fell out of my chair, but anyhow, they brought me that, and the Dockery had stopped and got some of those little itty bitty crankbaits, and forgot to bring them over that night. So the next morning, before him and Katie left the motel, after they left the motel, they stopped by my house because they left before I was out of bed and tied them under the door handle of my truck. So I got some of them, and then I seen what he was talking about because I'd never had used any. And next time I was at Wally World, I picked up a few more. So I got a selection now and never have tried them yet, but that's coming.
We got people in chat talking about dock shooting, and that's getting me excited. And we're finally going to get just in time for ice, not do any dock shooting. See how it tortures me. Yeah. The universe tortures me, I'm starting to think.
I'm gonna have to go Super Dave, next time I go out on Mark Twain.
Cool. Make a video. That would make a good video. First time dock shooting, mistakes and all. That's the way I like to roll. That's kind of cool
Mark
to watch.
Twain Lake dock shooting. Let's see what we're going to do here.
That's right.
Real and Virtual Outdoors. It says, do you ever use 3-inch jigs?
I do not. Biggest I use like 2 3/4, and that's those minnow minders. I think I think the minnow minders are 2 3/4 in the spring. A lot of times, fall and the winter, I'm using a 2-inch. Is about as long as I go.
Go ahead, Lyle. We kind of walk all over. We got too much power here to give out.
Kim says it's 44 Truman. He was there today, and I seen a comment a while ago. I don't know if we got it up, Mark, but they had 2 limits caught in 2 hours. So, and one of them was a hog. I don't know what they weighed it at. I know they weighed it, but
I think it was like 1 point something pounds. It was up
there.
It
was a big fish. Right. So
there's a lot of big fish, Truman. Wow.
Yeah, there is. There's a lot of little ones.
I've never fished Truman at all, but I'd like to go down there and try it sometime.
My favorite lake of the 3 that I fish.
Because you're throwing. You're catching 1.5 pound crappie like it's no big deal down there.
Yeah.
From what I see on other people's videos and stuff,
That's a fact.
And them live scope fish that when they're using live scope, they're just big old blobs on them trees, and then they.
Mm-hmm.
How long have you had live scope?
About 2 years.
So you're getting? Can you differentiate which ones are the big ones between the big and small ones yet, or?
Yeah. I'm getting better at it. It just comes with time on the water. But yeah, you can, like, I pulled up on a tree a couple weeks ago, one of my last videos, and there was, 4 or 5 big old blobs on there, and I knew they were pretty good fish. And I caught 2 of them. They were over a pound.
Wow.
You know, but but yeah, you can, for sure differentiate, a smaller fish and a bigger fish, and that's with live scope. You can go target them bigger fish, especially if you're in a tournament, obviously. Or there's sometimes I go out and I just want to catch the bigger fish, or I'll target these bigger fish, and then if I see these, what I think are 8-9 inches, I'll just keep going.
Keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah, tournament fishing's a total different animal. I mean, yeah, you leave fish to catch bigger fish, and I try not to leave fish to catch fish
Yeah,
usually.
I don't like to do that.
Right.
But you will at tournaments.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of times when I go out and just fun fish or make a video, I'll try to catch, what I can for the video. But there's a couple times I'm like, yeah, there's a bunch of small fish here. Let's go try to find a brush pile or a tree with some bigger fish just to see what they are.
Right.
I've been asking this question of our guests lately. What would you, let's not in a tournament scenario, just out fishing, let's say with your buddy. Would you rather catch size or numbers?
I'd rather catch numbers.
Good man. I like the way you think.
I agree.
Let's go have a good time, catch some fish, rip some lips, set the hook and have a good time,
If you're not big enough, you can always throw them back and come get them the next year, right? That's the way I look at it.
Absolutely. And I don't go out and keep, a limit every time out. Sometimes I'll go out and catch, I might only keep 8 or 9 and throw the rest back,
That's enough for a good dinner for you and the wife, right?
Absolutely.
If you're married.
Yeah, I'm married. Yeah.
Okay, good.
8 or 9 fish is perfect, for dinners and fish tacos or whatever. But
Amen. Northeast Missouri Angler has a question. He says, do you use different length rods for different fishing methods? Do you have a favorite length?
Well, my favorite length for single poling is 10 foot, 9 or 10 foot. I mean, I've got 9 and 10 foot rods, and I don't really like anything over 10. I've tried them 11 and 12 footers. And I know a lot of guys like that longer rod to, especially when you're live scoping, you can stay off the fish a little more. But to me, that 9 or 10 foot rod works perfect for me as far as, single poling these crappie. And when I'm even corking, I've been throwing like an 8 foot rod, a lot of times. I got an Ozark rod that's like an 8 or it's a 9 footer. And then this year I dropped down to an 8 foot Bass Pro Shops rod, Crappie Max or whatever, for corking. And I went to that 8 foot rod. And that's pretty much my rod setups. I don't get too crazy about lengths. But to me, if you get, I've tried a 12, 13 footer, and that's just too much rod for me. I like it. The 10 foot's my max.
I was always 7.5, 6, 7.5, 8 foot max, fisherman, because I'm casting out to them. The waters out here are pretty shallow, so I'd rather not spook them and cast to them. So I use that, and I finally broke down and I bought like a 10 foot B&M, one of them double touch ones, which I like a lot. But I'll tell you, it takes some getting used to using a rod at that length. I can't imagine using even a longer one than that.
Right. Absolutely.
And then I watch somebody like Blue Gabe down in Florida. They're using those big 12-foot ACCs down there, but they're pulling a jig right to the tip and sticking them. You ever see those videos?
Yeah.
They'll drop them down into the reeds, man. That's another thing on my list right there.
Yeah. Yeah. You might need a big long rod for that maybe, but
yeah,
but to me, if when I'm corking, if I can get a 7.5 to 8, I'd like to find a 7.5 corking rod. I just haven't really found one yet. But this 8 footer I bought from Bass Pro, it does the job. But
Bill's a bill.
Anything over 10, I'm not too comfortable with it.
I just don't have the dexterity for anything a little longer. I'd have to spend some time on the water, I know, but at this point. Right. Jason, do you use any Kenny Wilkinson says, Jason, do you use any scent on your jigs?
Yeah, I use JB's fish sauce a lot. I started using that about a year ago. They got waxworm, they got bait fish, they got black magic scent. It's kind of a jelly. I've got it right here actually. It's a little jar right here, a little jelly. If you guys can smell that, I don't know.
Yeah, just don't mistake it for lip balm or something.
Yeah, and and you just pretty much take your plastic here and dip it in there, put it on your plastic, and usually you can go, 7, 8, 9 fish on one little dip, and but sometimes you might have to dip it every 3 or 4 fish. It depends on what they're wanting. But I used to use those, and I still have some crappie nibbles in the boat. Those little yellow nibbles.
Yeah, that was my next question. If you're a crappie nibble user,
and that's all I used before I came across this JB's fish sauce. But but them nibbles, they get on. They get on your carpet. They get squished in there, and you put one on, you catch a fish, and before spot lock, I got spot lock on my boat, but before that, by the time I put the fish in the live well and then put another nibble on, I was way off my spot, and to me, I like that JB's fish sauce. It's just a lot more simple to put on.
Is it liquid?
No, it's like a jelly.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a jelly. If you guys,
How well does it stay on, or can you tell?
it stays on pretty good. Like I said, usually I get about 8 to 9 fish per dip. That scent will soak in the plastic a little bit, but I usually reapply after 8, 9 fish or whatever usually. So,
what's your favorite scent to use?
I like the wax worm.
The wax worm.
Wax worm by far, to me, I think it gets more bites, than the others.
Waxies are an underrated crappie bait as far as I'm concerned. I've seen a lot of tournament guys where they'll put gobs on them when they're back in the day. Well, some still do when they're the spider rigging guys,
Right.
and they'll break a skunk or a bad trip just by doing that. So also, from my ice fishing experience, if you don't have waxies with you when you're ice fishing, you're probably not going to have a productive day.
Right.
For some reason they stink. If you were to crush them between your two fingers, they don't smell very good.
Right.
They give Shad a run for their money, Lyle.
Oh man, they do stink.
How about garlic? Have you tried garlic? I've seen SK talk about the garlic scents and stuff lately.
No, I haven't really tried any garlic scents for crappie.
He was saying
Actually,
for cold weather.
I'm going to take that back. I do use some muddy water baits. They got the garlic scent in them
Mm-hmm.
already. And I do use some muddy water baits, and those catch a lot of fish too. So, and they already got the garlic already in the plastic. But I don't, as far as putting my own garlic scent on, no, I don't. I haven't done that.
Yes,
Looking through
a man after my heart, going after them red ears tomorrow.
So is it basically just crappie, or do you ever get on the bluegill and red ear bite?
I don't usually do the bluegill or red ear or anything. There's a lake. I know Dennis talked about it. Actually, it's across from my house here. It's at Route J Reservoir, and they've got some really nice bluegill in there. If you get there in around May or so, you'll see all the big bluegill beds, and you can go in there and with a night crawler. I got some buddies go over there, and they just knock the heck out of them nice, bluegill.
Big hand slabs, I call them.
Yeah, but I haven't really got into that yet.
It's so cool seeing them on the beds when they're just over their garden, them eggs, and they're swimming in circles, going around and seeing those. It looks like the top of a big golf ball, all the little divots, especially when you catch it on your side imaging. And if you can see it, and I have one spot, I'm fortunate enough in that gin clear spot that I fish where I can actually see it happening. So it's kind of a cool thing to see.
Yeah. This lake over here, every once in a while, it'll be clear enough where you can, stay off of them, and you can see all the beds. And it's something that probably need to try sometime, but I just don't really mess with them too much.
I love them.
Yeah.
You seen anything else going on in chat, Lyle? Did I miss anything?
Just that Matt said that he went through 109 jigs the other day and didn't get on too much. Not really. And then this comment from Real and Virtual Outdoor says bang garlic works well.
I've got some bang for bass. I throw it on my bass plastics and stuff, but I probably need to just try it on some crappie plastics as well. Why not?
That wouldn't hurt anything.
No, I just never think about doing it. But I think I might try that on my next video.
I watched a video today where a guy was putting some kind of, well, it was, what's the name we had on our show here a while back? The lawyer.
Baker,
Mike Baker.
Yeah.
But yeah, he had some kind of smelly stuff. Somebody in a little jar like you had. Somebody sent him, and it was working. I mean, he got to catching some fish with it.
Yeah, so. I saw that video. And that another thing about this these scents is this JB's fish sauce has like a spray, and if you're using a hair jig, if you put this jelly stuff on a hair jig, it kind of gets everything
matted down.
Yeah, but this JB's fish sauce has a spray, waxworm, whatever, and you can just spray it on them hair jigs. I think that's one thing I'm gonna try as well.
Yeah, I've seen Richard Jean use both. I've seen him use the gel and I've seen him use the spray, definitely on hair jigs. But I can see how that'd work good too. And there's also crappie nibbles. They work good on hair jigs as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I still use crappie nibbles. I just, they're just sometimes a pain to put in on and off. And
you ain't kidding. I saw one little doohickey some guy was selling. It looked like a pen that you would fill up with them crappie nibbles, and you'd shake it, and one would fall to the bottom, and there'd be a little V cut out at the bottom, and you could put it on your hook. I wonder if that'd work.
Wow.
I haven't seen it on for sale, so I don't think it worked that well. But
I know a lot of guys will take them nibbles and put flour in them, kind of shake
firm them up a little bit.
Yeah, firm them up a little bit too.
All I do is open them up and dump a couple out in like a little cup lid or something I have on there. And the sun and the air usually does that. That helps.
Right.
That dries a little bit. Yeah.
Firms them up a little bit and stays on the hook maybe for a couple fish sometimes.
SK saying it don't work. Thank you, sir.
Well, I'm sure he does.
I'm sure he does too.
He says he's got one he'll send you. I was going to say, Mark, if you found them, you could just order 3 of them.
No. I'm even going to pass on the freebie one. If SK says it doesn't work, it doesn't work. That would be a YouTube investment. I don't make that kind of money on videos to be spending it on silly gadgets that don't work. I got an automatic fisherman here I planned on making a video for, and you see how far that got me, Lyle.
Oh, man. Dennis says I'd leave the lid off of them when I buy them right away to get them harder.
Yeah, that works too.
Yeah. Kenny says flour keeps them from sticking together. I can see where that would work.
Yeah, that's actually Kenny Wilkinson from Wilkie's Guide Service.
Awesome.
What's going on, Kenny?
Glad to have you in here.
He's one of the guides here on Twain Lake. A good buddy of mine. So, I think he went out and caught 2. I think he told me him and his buddy went out and caught 30 good keepers in about 2 hours today here on Mark Twain. So,
man, that's awesome.
They're hammering here. If you can get out and got time, you can catch a few here.
Bugshot says, I like nibbles because the wife will bait her own hook. Ain't that the truth? I got nieces that I used to take fishing. They're older now a lot. And, man, I spent the whole time putting worms on their hooks. I went and I got some of those Berkeley Gulp night crawlers in the jars.
Yeah.
They would put those on there. That saved me a lot of time. I actually got to fish with them rather than to just be the guide that whole time. So anytime you can do something like that, find something that the people that don't want to mess with live bait, putting it on a hook and stuff, I highly recommend it.
Yeah, you should be lucky like me. I have a wife that not only baits her own hooks, she cuts the bait for more catfishing and everything else.
Likes to do it all, huh?
And she catches more fish than you too, Lyle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why not?
But it's okay.
Yeah.
SK says the best crappie nibble is the one you left on your jig from the previous trip. Does that work? I always actually take my time taking the old one off and put a fresh
It
one on.
works. It works great.
If that works, I'm not going to do that anymore. See, you learn so. Even an old guy like me, Lyle, learns something new every day.
Yeah. Who was it saying how old you was the other day? Somebody.
Yeah, just leave it on there, and then when you get on the water the next time, just take your
Put nibbles in the sun, and they will get tough skin on them when they dry.
That's for sure.
Dennis, the net has not been out of the case to come in yet. But we do have it, so when she's ready to learn how to throw one, we'll see about working on that. But I imagine it's going to have to warm up right now because it's been a little bit cool for her to be learning how to throw the net.
Even Super Dave learned something new today, it looks like, Lyle.
Yeah. And
I usually remove mine too. Sometimes I'll leave them on there.
Every now and then when the bites are real finicky, I'll use those the Berkeley Gulp 1-inch minnows on a real tiny like trout magnet jig head, right? I can get them to react to something like that. But you leave one of those, at least the old formula, I've changed it, but back up until like a year ago, if you left one on a hook, you weren't getting it off without a pocket knife. That thing gets tough as nails on there.
Like an old night crawler, been on there for a couple of months.
Even worse than that. Think about like a little piece of dried up leather on there.
Oh, wow. Not coming off.
Nope.
Yeah.
So what are your plans going forward with your channel?
Well, I'm just, just going to continue to make some videos. I want to try to get out to some different lakes here before too long. If weather cooperates. And like I said, I want to get down and do some jerkbait videos down Lake of the Ozarks and just trying to grow it, just trying to get better at the editing part of it and just try to make it entertaining and just try to keep it real as well. Just I don't want to be fake out there. I just kind of want to. This is how it is. If I catch them, I'll show it. If I don't catch them, I won't show. I'll show that as well. So
those are like
that's the best policy.
Yep.
Yeah, because you can't just go out and I catch them every time because it doesn't work that way.
No.
No, and the people that try to make you believe that, they're just kidding themselves.
Oh yeah, I mean, a lot of my videos I'll say, tough day, whatever. I got 6, 7 in the box. I mean, like I said, a limit's not a big deal to me. I don't have to go out and get a limit every time out. I just like to get out and catch a few fish and see where this YouTube thing goes. I mean, I looked at my first couple videos I put out and I'm thinking, I can't believe I put them out on YouTube, but you get better as you go on, so hopefully just keep improving.
I have videos like that. They're buried behind a bunch of other ones, so I don't have to see them too often. So
right.
Every now and then I'll get a comment on them. Thank goodness they're pretty good. The trolls haven't found them yet. So
yeah. Well, one of the first ones I did, I had a GoPro 3 or I don't know what it was, this original one, and had the case on it, but there wasn't any sound. You couldn't pick yourself up, when you talked, even though if you had it on your chest. So I put music to all the catches. Well, that's 10, 15 minutes of music, and you're just catching fish, and you couldn't interact with people. So finally upgraded.
The very first time or very first couple times I went out to try and film a fishing video, my buddy had lent me his GoPro 3 in the case, just like you're talking about. It was so terrible. I just went out and I bought my own brand new GoPro. I'm like, all right, we're just gonna have to cough it up. So we'll see what's going on. Matt over at Want to Be Outdoors asks, Jason, ever go for crappie with a fly rod?
I have not done that. I mean, I've
that makes two of us. That's something I'd like to try. I'd like to get on a panfish with some fly rods, but
yeah,
I've added it to the list. I I actually made the choice of getting me a dock shooting rod over a fly fishing combo. Sorry, Kim. I know I told Kim Burnett I was going to get me a fly rod and reel combo, but we'll make that happen one of these days. Buckshot says, get one bite on today's nibble, catch 3 crappie on yesterday's. Here we go.
There you go.
So we got some giveaways to do, don't we, Lyle, that Jason was kind enough to offer up?
We do.
What you got for us, Jason?
Well, Van from Thumper Jigs is going to give away a little Thumper Jigs gift pack. And what I'll do is I'll get, after the show, I'll get the address, whoever wins, name and address, and I'll send it to Van. And then Van will just directly mail it to the winner, if that's okay with you guys.
Absolutely.
That's good. I'll tell you what we'll do. You have to be in chat. You have to be a subscriber to our channel and Jason's channel, Strike 3 Fishing. The link is in the description. Also, does Thumper have a Facebook page or something they can like? We can send them to there.
Yeah, they got a Facebook page, and that they do not have a website. But if anybody wants to order Thumper Jigs online, you can go to Lure Parts Online has them.
Okay.
On the website, but Thumper Jigs does have a Facebook page.
Very cool. So if you want to get on a drawing, enter in hashtag Strike3. Get in on it. Now we'll choose a winner. We'll give them a few minutes to get all entered in there. Like I said, the link to Jason's channel is in the description. If you guys could go there, make sure you give him a sub. Oh, look at that. James Dockery Fishing came out of the woodwork. Do you see that, Lyle?
I see that. My buddy James.
He is watching.
A fun factoid that we haven't talked about tonight, Jason, was the fact that you were a former big league umpire for what did you say?
Yeah, I was in the minor leagues. I was a minor league umpire, in professional baseball for.
That's way cool. It just really is.
1999 to 2009, worked my way up to AAA baseball, and then worked a few big league spring training games. But yeah,
that's awesome. That really is awesome. And the fact now that you have what a lot of people would consider a outstanding job delivering beer and pop.
Yeah.
Really? I didn't hear that.
Yeah, I'm a beer and soda salesman, so I go around and pre-sell stores and their beer and soda. Work for Miller Coors and Dr. Pepper, 7-Up, Sunkist, A&W, and all that good stuff. So
that's way cool.
7-Up for the win. Forget that Sprite garbage. I'm with you, buddy.
Yeah, I have to send you some 7-Up.
You don't have to send. I'm just saying I'm a big fan. We get that argument all the time. Dr. Pepper, I don't know, but the 7-Up, I'm your man. And the Miller Lite, not Miller Lite, but any Miller product, I'm pretty happy with. So
yeah, there you go.
All right, Chad posted a link to the Facebook page for Thumper Jigs, so go give them a like as well. I just went and did it myself, and because I adore everybody in chat, I'm not even entering my name in the giveaway, guys, to give you a better chance. If that doesn't prove we love them, Lyle, I don't know what does.
That's right.
So enter in Strike 3, hashtag Strike 3 right there, and we'll do a drawing in just a few minutes. Hey, there's Alicia Barnett. She came in. There's 2 stands fishing. He got in on it. Papa Ed walked in. Freddie got in on the drawing. Look at this. Man, people love to win stuff. I can't say I blame them.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got more to give away after this.
Oh, yeah. It's not over yet, people.
That's right.
Cool. Very kind.
All your buds, tell them to jump on here right quick.
Yeah, Van from Thumper Jigs, he's very generous on doing a lot of giveaways and stuff and for different organizations and stuff. So
that's awesome.
Thank you. I know Van's watching, so
absolutely. We appreciate what you're doing. We have a lot of giveaways with different guests and their sponsors and different things, and it always means a lot to Mark and I to have those to share with our viewers.
And I think Van did mention that in your some of your other shows you got coming up, if you want to give away some Thumper Jigs, he'd be glad to do that as well.
No, that's great. Just if I can get in touch with him, we'll try to figure something out.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think the chat box would mind more giveaways at all. What about you, Lyle?
What's that?
I don't think the chat box would mind having more giveaways on
Oh,
the
I'm
show.
sure
Do you?
not. Yeah, I'm sure not.
I was going to get ready to do the drawing, but I just saw it go up to 33 people in there. If you haven't entered yet, go ahead and enter. Just do a hashtag strike 3, and that'll get you entered in this one. This is for an assorted pack of Thumper jigs, and we love crappie jigs.
I think he's got some pill heads, some shad heads, and he's got some hair jigs in there as well.
Nice. I'm actually looking at his site as we're talking. I even got there's a lot of nice stuff there. Check him out on Facebook. Tell him that we sent you and that you appreciate the support for the channel.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, Lyle, I think we're ready to do this first giveaway. The number kind of stopped. Oh, wait, what does Freddie say? Lyle, I got my jig pack from you today. Thanks, bud.
I think he's got something else on the way to him. You won a counter the other night. He's starting to be a regular D and Betty.
Yeah, he is, isn't he? A couple of these guys are winning. All right, let's give away this first one. You guys ready?
You bet.
Here we go. Good luck, everybody. Look at that.
What's the odds?
Northeast Missouri Angler. They can probably save. Are they located out by you?
Yeah, they're located just on the other side of the lake.
They might be able to save some shipping money.
Yeah.
And come pick up. Northeast Missouri Angler, I'm guessing he knows how to contact you. Please contact Jason. Make sure you're subbed to his channel and Panfish Nation, which I believe you are, and like Thumper Jigs on Facebook, and you can pick them up. We appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Cool.
Nice job, Dennis.
Do we want to change the hashtag, Lyle, or do we just want to draw again?
I would just draw again, I think. By the way, for those that don't know, this giveaway tool is something that StreamYard puts in a new program with that in. It started some time back, and we have no control over it whatsoever. It randomly picks people that sign up in the
If
chat.
we did, I'd win every one. I ain't even going to kid around. So
yeah,
if that doesn't prove it, I don't know who was.
We used to use random.org, and it was hard to screen share and do it and all the stuff. And when they come out with this, everybody started using it. It's very easy, simple, and we have no control over it. So nobody can say, well, you're doing this or you're doing that. Well, whoever name pops up is beyond our control, and I personally like it a lot.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Absolutely.
Good tool.
So this is a different giveaway, isn't it, Jason? What are we giving away here?
Well, we got a Wilkie's guide service here from Mark Twain Lake. One of the guides here, he's got a beanie he's going to give away.
That's way cool. And,
Very awesome.
If you guys anybody's traveling to Mark Twain Lake area and you want to go on a fishing trip, this is the guy you want to contact for a trip out on the lake.
Yep, and his number's right on the beanie here. But Kenny Wilkinson, one of the top guys on the lake, and he'll put you on some fish.
Yeah, he's in chat. He says,
he is.
It's rigged. Lucky dog, buddy.
As long as Kenny doesn't win his own beanie.
Yeah, if you win your own beanie, we're going to draw again. Then we can really say it's rigged, huh?
Well, we thank you so much, Kenny.
Hey, okay, let's give him like a minute to re-enter. We will. Wow, that's a mouthful. We will redraw using the same hashtag. You don't need to enter it in again. But if you didn't enter in hashtag strike 3, just like Joe Buck and Crappie Day entered in there, go ahead now. If you did in the past, if you did for the last one, you're in. You're good. You don't have to re-enter it. It's already in the tool.
Dennis says he already has one of them, so he'll set this one out. He says he's the best guide on Mark Twain Lake.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
That is a pretty good recommendation right there.
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right, the numbers stayed where it's at, so why don't we draw for the second one? You guys ready?
Absolutely.
All right. There we go. Tim Molina. Looks like that beanie's going to make its way down to New Mexico. That'll be cool. And how do you want Tim to contact you, Jason?
If he wants to send me a message on Facebook, he can.
Okay.
I don't. He is not on Facebook.
Okay.
Do you have a? You know what? Do you have your email on your about page? I can actually look for you.
Yeah,
right
it's
now.
I just have him email me at jasonkiserfishing@outlook.com.
All right. If you missed that, Tim, you can always come back and watch the replay, and you can get it from there. Congratulations, buddy.
Absolutely.
He emails me his address, and I'll get that mailed off to him.
Perfect.
Sweet.
Do we have anything else, Lyle?
I don't. Jason, do you have anybody you'd like to thank before we close out tonight's show?
Well, yeah, I just want to thank, all my subscribers. I really appreciate everybody watching, everybody watching my videos. I really appreciate that. And both we got big things coming in 2022 and keeping it real and going out and catching some fish, having a good time. And I want to thank Ardent Reels. And that's the actual sponsor reels that I use is Ardent. And they're offering 25% off your whole order on ardentreels.com. If anybody wants to order any Ardent Reels, rods, they got all kinds of stuff on the website. Strike 3 Fishing at checkout, all lowercase. They're offering 25% off your whole entire order.
That's a heck of a deal. 25% off of everything. That's a good deal.
As far as I know, it's until further notice, until they tell me, but it's probably going to be good for a couple months at least. So
awesome.
Pass that along to everybody out there.
They are. Mark, you have any closing statements?
Happy New Year, everybody.
No kidding.
Absolutely. God bless everybody. May you have a good year when it comes to prosperity, family, and fishing. So God bless everybody. Thank you very much for supporting us in the last year. We've really turned this and my channel into a labor of love, and we adore each and every one of you. I want to thank every guest that we ever had on this and my show. You guys are awesome. I appreciate every one of you. So, and tomorrow, check out the Weekend Anglers. We're doing a New Year's Eve special over there. There should be some shenanigans going on, if I'm not mistaken.
Really?
You think?
That's hard to believe. I don't know what I'm getting to know about, but I've been informed no. So,
well, I appreciate you guys having me. I really appreciate
it. It was our pleasure.
It was our pleasure. We absolutely had a great show, and the hour flew by.
Oh yeah, just flew by.
It really did. And any of the guys that donated stuff tonight, if they would like to do that, we'll be happy to visit with them. And even be interested in having them on the show at some point to talk about their products and stuff. So we want to help them out. Be sure to check out the New Year's Eve thing going on tomorrow night. Don't forget to go to Chad's channel, Fields to Water, and sub him. And of course, you need to check out James Dockery Fishing and give him a sub also. And
we don't get snowed in up in Kirksville this weekend.
Yeah, it snows are coming, James. So you need all the subs you can get. We'll be back next Thursday, but Monday night, be sure to tune in to Catfish Weekly and watch Mark's Catfish and Crappie podcast that follows it. And I guess we'll see you then.
God bless everybody. Happy New Year again.
Thanks, guys. Take care. Happy New Year.